All right, John. So you're a perfect example of why the setup is so important. So first things first, I just want to show you this. On the way back, as you take the club up to the top, you're going to have a tendency to get what we call a reverse pivot. If you look at the avatar here, notice how that blue line is closer to the target than the yellow line. The blue line represents your chest, the yellow line represents your pelvis, and that right there is indicating that you have a reverse pivot. We need to flip that. We need to get it to where the pelvis is a little bit closer to the target than your chest. And the reason why is that makes it so that on the way down, you then don't have to go swaying forward as much, because you're going to notice how your pelvis is moved 7 inches towards the target, which is a little excessive. Now, the setup is one of the key reasons why this issue is happening. So when we look at your setup here, what you're going to notice, right, is that blue line is once again in front of the yellow line. We got to have that flipped, all right? We got to get it to where that blue line is a little bit behind the yellow line. And what you'll notice, because you have your chest in front of your pelvis to start, it makes it so that you don't have enough chest side bend, or your shoulders are too flat of an angle. You actually want to get that left shoulder to be higher, all right? And from there, we need to feel like your chest is a little bit more behind that pelvis, all right? That little adjustment in your setup where you feel the left shoulder higher, chest a little bit behind the pelvis, that's going to make it so that you have a much easier time being able to actually pivot properly and get rid of that reverse pivot at the top that you're experiencing, all right? So let's perfect that setup. Let's make sure that we get rid of your chest starting in front of your pelvis, and let's get it so that you have a little bit more side bend.